My entire life, I've always been a really independent person. Um, even like my mom always tells me that even as early as like 3 and 4, I always wanted to do things for myself, figure things out for myself. Sorry, my pants are like falling off. But I've always just been really independent, and this independence has led me to making choices by myself and doing things by myself. I just work better by myself. Um, and I think this characteristic within myself has a lot to do with the marital issues I've been having lately. As a lot of you know, Andrew and I haven't had sex in like 5 weeks. And I genuinely think a lot of it has to do with timing. I mean, I'm in class all day, and then at night, if I don't have something to do with my sorority, I have a test to study for, or a paper to write, or a quiz to take, or something like that. And I'm not making excuses at all. It's just this time in my academic career where, there's a lot to be done. And I'm not going to take all the blame for it though. Like, I straight up told Andrew, I go to bed at 11 or 12 every night, and you stay up an hour after me playing Halo. And, like, he plays Halo while I'm doing my homework and stuff, but when I get ready for bed, if you're gonna bring it up in a couple of days that we haven't had sex, facilitate it then. Don't don't sit out here and play Halo for hours and then be like, "Oh, why aren't we having sex?" But so we talked about that, and I don't really know when it's gonna happen. Just sometimes I'm just not feeling it, and I don't feel like I should feel guilty about that. Like, sometimes he says things that frustrate me, and as a woman, I just don't let it go. I'm just kind of like, I keep thinking about it, and it keeps bothering me, and I just can't get over it. Like tonight, I really wanted ice cream after we finished our dinner, and we don't have any ice cream in the house. So, it snowed today because Flagstaff is bipolar in March. It was gorgeous, like 75 degrees and sunny yesterday, and then it snows today. But anyways, so we get in the car, and Andrew gets me in the car, and then has to scrape the car off. It's 9:30 at night. It's cold. It's dark. And it was really sweet. And he takes me to McDonald's and uses his lunch money to buy me a sundae, and it was all just very sweet, very cute, very like junior high, and I really, I got that little flutter in my stomach and pitter patter in my heart, and it was really sweet. But then we get home, and this car, who belongs to a Native American woman who lives in our apartment complex, is parked significantly over the line, and he can't park there, and he gets just so mad. And I'm not going to say that it's just Andrew, because there's a lot of racial tension here between whites and Native Americans, and I really just try to stay out of it. I try to completely not judge anybody for anything racial because I have no right, and that's also just not me. I don't just assume that people are bad or good due to their race, but Andrew just got so angry and started going off about how Native Americans are so disrespectful. And I guess he always has issues with Native Americans at work, and like, they come in and order their food and they yell at him and they're mean to him, and like, he never, like, but there is a lot of tension. Like, I judge people for things that they've done individually to me. I mean, I can say, I never had a Native American be blatantly mean to me in public, in a public forum, until I moved to Flagstaff. But I think that has to do with not living in an area with a high Native American population. But I can tell you right now, when I was living in Chicago, I had, altercations with black people, with black women mostly. It's always girls with me. And, when I was in Havasu, I had altercations with Mexicans, but I don't judge that altercation by the race. I judge it just by the individual being ignorant, the individual being stupid, the individual being whatever. So it really just like ruined the whole thing. Like I was like, oh, he's so sweet. He scraped the car with no gloves on, took me to get ice cream, spent his lunch money on me. And then we get home and he just did something ridiculous and racist, and it just really pissed me off. And I'm not going to say Andrew's a racist insofar as he judges people by their race, but I am certainly going to say that he holds a lot of strong prejudices against Native Americans, especially Navajos in our region. It's really hard for me to deal with just because I can't stand racism, and I always try to correct him or say something about it, and it's just, with his friends always having racist comments about blacks or Mexicans or something like that. It's just facilitated. It's just enabled, I guess. And I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just hoping that as he ages, he will grow to be more patient with people as a whole, and therefore grow to be more patient with racial issues, I guess. But that's pretty much what I wanted to discuss. Oh, the way I went into the advising center today to ask them not to change my psychology major down to a minor. And I emailed the guy, and I guess they just won't. And I have to take 12 credits this summer, 17 credits next fall, and then hopefully only like 12 to 15 credits in the spring, and then I'll graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Applied Sociology and Psychology, with a Family Studies emphasis and an Anthropology minor. What are you gonna do, right? I had a research methods exam, and we have an hour and 15 minutes to take the exam, and there's 3 short answers, 2 essays, and then 20 multiple choice. My teacher had to give me 5 extra minutes at the end of class because I was only halfway through one of the essays. I don't know. I just write to death. With her tests, like, you've got to write to death. I don't know. But I don't see any reason to be rambling about things that are unimportant. Oh, April I'm getting AFAA certified. May I'm getting Zumba certified. And hopefully next year I'll be able to teach some Zumba classes. So that's exciting too. But other than that, technically on spring break now. Not that I'm going to do anything or have anything to do or have any money to possibly do anything. So that's it. Having sushi tomorrow with Beth, which is really exciting. Okay, peace out.